Ethan Van Sciver, notable artist and comic creator in the community known as Comicsgate, seems to be having a hard time of late. Recent turmoil in the small community surrounding Greater Men Than I have left a bad taste in more and more customers' mouths. The latest of these schisms, who some say were perpetuated by EVS for reasons only EVS himself can ever know, revolves around screaming into the wind as a yellow flash guy runs by, as yellow flash guys often do. Finding it difficult to be heard by super speedsters, Ethan Van Sciver took to TwiX, the platform formerly known as Twitter, to lambaste the Daffodil Dasher for what Ethan says is gross misconduct by the Sunshine Sprinting Dude against his artist and partner on a project that, by all objective measures of fans without their heads firmly lodged in their asses, like their favorite commentator, was really good and will be very successful. Without waiting to hear from the artist, who may or may not care if he's defended by the colon-delving head brigade, and their leader, who's gone so much further up the digestive tract in order to stay ahead of the pack, the platform formerly known as Twitter is abuzz with infighting over perceived slights, unconfirmed by the artist being blindly defended or being used as a convenient tool for vengeance at the Marigold Running Man, because EVS and his diehard fans enjoy a good controversy and won't wait around for one to show itself. That would be boring, and by God, we can't be boring. We'll lose our YouTube funding. I don't have YouTube funding, so it really doesn't matter. I can say whatever the fuck I want. At the end of the day, the only thing that matters is if you put out a really fun, well-designed product for the people who enjoy really fun, well-designed products. Cults and conspiracies don't mean a damn thing, and you'll likely find success and acceptance from the comic book community at large. Unless your name is Eric July. That guy stuck the spear of Longinus into Jesus Christ, and the world's been paying for it ever since. This is a joke, people. Get over it. Welcome back to an actually functioning The Freelancer. This is episode 2 for the LOLZ. What we usually do on these fun little hours on a Sunday afternoon is get some writing done, work on some projects, and a little bit of talking in between. Starting out today, I wanted to try my hand a little bit at satire monologue, so I did. Each intro may be different if I feel like writing something fun before it comes out. We'll see. Either way, I would like to get started with our first writing sprint quickly, because after that, I would like to talk about a really cool book called Hollow Kingdom by Jordan Allen. So why don't we get into it? I will be working on Legacy of Heroes 2 Rising Stars as usual until that book is finished. That's what my writing sprints are going to be all about. And if you're not familiar with what a writing sprint is, it is a Pomodoro, that is tomato timer, method of writing for short bursts and then taking a break. and then writing for a short burst again. So we will get started with a 20-minute writing session in just a few seconds. Hope everybody is having a great day. And I just need to get my timer set up. Here we go. Hope you have your project ready in front of you, whatever it may be. Maybe you just want to clean your room. You got 20 minutes on the clock starting now. Have fun. Okay, that is writing sprint number 1 for today. How'd you do? Get some work done? I hope so. I got quite a bit done. Pretty impressed. But before we get into that, I would like to take a little bit of time and talk about a book. I do a lot of writing, don't do a lot of reading, mostly because I'm reading other people's projects while I am editing them. So it's less fun, more professional. But I do get to enjoy most of what I work on. And the rare times where I get to sit down and read something just for fun, I found it really, really enjoyed the ones that have been recommended to me. And this one was recommended to me by the author, Jordan Allen. It is called Hollow Kingdom. We'll read you guys the blurb real quick. And it goes, in the wake of the cataclysmic collapse of the grand city of Altaberg, heart of the kingdom of Lochmeria, demons roam free in the desecrated streets. They hunt those unfortunate enough to remain trapped within the city walls, as well as those fool enough to dare plunder the vast riches left behind. Prince Greston Lochmeria returns to his fallen home after 20 years searching for the truth. He embarks on a bloody journey to find the answers to his most burning questions. What was the fate of his brother, Prince Germund, and his father, Prince Gareth? I hope I said those right. All that the young prince can be certain of is that in this haunted city, death awaits those who do not tread carefully. It's good blurb, very good blurb, lots of fun. So, having read Hollow Kingdom in the span of a day or two, because it was short but impactful, I found myself thinking more about the old pulps, which I know that this is somewhat conceptually based around Conan stories and things like that. But I also felt like I was reading like Castlevania Symphony of the Night in book format. Now, for those of you who are old school gamers, that particular game was a fan favorite for a lot of us. And the reason I say so is that the writing style follows almost a linear progression of events set up in stages throughout this kingdom. You start in the town, navigate your way through with the hero character as he arrives. You meet people along the way, interactions, and he fights bosses. And progressively continues from start to finish in just that right format. And by the time I was done with the book and set it down, I just sat back and thought, yeah, that was actually really good. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Is the writing style of the author, Jordan Allen, simplified to a point that it doesn't need a narrative prose? It doesn't need a lot of flashy words and interesting things? To me, no. I'm a Tolkien guy. So I like that stuff. And I would have liked to have seen more. But for a simple fantasy adventure, I had a blast with it. Really did. It could have benefited from a little bit more purple prose, as they call it, a little bit more flowery speech, a little bit more attention to emotional detail. He had a lot of great background detail, a lot of great character detail, and true command of the story that he wanted to tell. I like the flash of steel. I like the interplay concept of his sword crashed against the opponent's sword and slid with a shriek along the blades until their wrists locked and their eyes pierced between each other. You know, that sort of thing is where I'm like, yeah. But without a lot of that, I still found myself going, hell yeah, by the time I was finished with Hollow Kingdom. So if you have not had a chance to check it out, I believe I put the link in the YouTube description, and we'll eventually get around to, hopefully shortly after I'm done with this, putting a link to it in the comments on TwiX, the platform formerly known as Twitter, so that you can grab a copy, because I do recommend it. I haven't gotten a chance to take a look at any of the rest of Jordan's books, but this particular one has made me interested in checking them out when I do finally carve out a little bit of time to read. Most of the time, it's all about the writing. Now, amazing. I have comments. Oh, one of them is a hello. Two of them is a hello from Allison Wade. Hi, Allison. Very cool story, Flower of Light. I will be talking about that one in a future episode of this. For now, we're at the half-hour mark of my 1 hour with you, and I am nothing if not a dedicated coach. So let's get prepared for the next writing sprint. We're going to put another 20 minutes on the clock in just a minute, and we'll get back into it. If you're finding yourself struggling a little bit with what I call ants in the pants, which is sitting for too long in one spot, hey, John, I would suggest getting up, doing a little bit of stretching, crack your neck if you're into that sort of thing. Go get a glass of water. Me, I'm having myself a soda. Just take a moment now in this little in between and stretch. Give yourself a chance to move around and relax, because we're going to go into another 20 minutes of writing here very shortly. And I'm going to set that up right now. So, yes, sprint away. I shall. This is good for me, because then I get even more writing done. Without further ado, and at the 34-minute mark on our hour together, I'm going to get back to it, and then we'll do a little bit of a wrap-up. See how we did for the day. Everybody ready? Let's go. All right, everybody. That is the end of our second writing sprint. 20 more minutes of writing done. Congratulations. Let's see how I did. Looks like 1,445 words in those two 20-minute writing sprints today. Fantastic progress, and I hit my goal. Did you hit yours? Next week, I'll be here to do this again, but if you would like to ask questions, get some advice, or just complain about the obstacles and hurdles of writing and creating, you can find me on the TwiX. That is the platform formerly known as Twitter, at Mr. DP Riley. Or you can reach me through whimsyland.org, literary coaching and services, where I help creators big and small get to the end of what they're working on and get it out there into the world for you and everyone else to enjoy. I currently have a project that will be funding for the next 2 weeks. That is G Sedai Special Edition #1 on Fund My Comic. It is a color pop comic book in both digital and print formats with variant covers if you're into that sort of thing. And it will be available only in the color pop special edition for 2 more weeks after the campaign ends. It will be available for purchase in black and white only. So if you'd like to get your hands on a special edition copy, back the project and help us reach our at least 3K goal in the next 2 weeks so that I can bug Luke Stone for a discount code for issue #2, making it cheaper and easier for you to get these rare editions of the comic. And it looks like my time is up. I have yet another live stream to hop on in a couple of minutes, so I'm going to take a few to do what I told you guys to do about 20 minutes ago, which is get up, stretch, and shake it out a little bit. Have a good week, and I will see you next Sunday, same time. Until then, keep writing.